That has been smoked.
Excellent from Rovman Powell.
Magnificent.
Tremendous power hitting by Rovman Powell.
Hit really hard. Rovman Powell, what an innings.
From Bannister District, Jamaica, cricket was the only way. Rovman Powell bet on himself, and after a decade and 100 T20 internationals, that bet paid off. Rovman, to be just the third man to play 100 T20Is for the West Indies, when I say those words, what is the emotion that comes to you?
I think it's a sense of pride. Started out in 2016, getting to the West Indies team as a youngster from Bannister, you mentioned, I never imagined playing 100 game, whether it be in the T20, ODI or Test cricket format, to play 100 game for West Indies is definitely a privilege, and it's a testament of my hard work over the years.
That has disappeared. He got enough of the bat on it.
That supreme power from Rovman Powell.
Take me back to your Bannister days in the village. What made you believe that you could actually wear the maroon and even get to this point?
I think Bannister is a small district, where small entrepreneurship is the way to go. I don't want to just be a farmer, another farmer from the district. I want to go out and play cricket, and I realized from a tender age that yes, I can play a little bit of cricket after playing under 19, the regional under 19 cricket. It's a sport that my family love, so the push was always there to go forth and play cricket.
When you got that first call up that you were going to play for the West Indies, who did you call first?
I call everyone close to me first. I called my mom, tell her that I get selected to play for West Indies. It was off the back of a good CPL campaign, and I got selected to tour with the West Indies team. We were gonna play against Pakistan in Dubai, and I remember it very, very clearly, the emotion of how excited I was.
Rovman, if we are to talk about your entire career, what do you think has allowed Rovman Powell to continue to evolve through a century of T20 international matches?
I think it's that never die attitude. I've spent time away from cricket where I've tried to evolve in my decision making, which is very important as a batter, and just to get better skills.
But if I had to ask you about performance-wise, one performance that you think will always be the most special to Rovman Powell in the West Indies Maroon, which one would it be?
I think when I scored my first T20 100 in Barbados against England, that's a special moment. I can remember each and every ball in my head. And whenever I go through phases where I'm struggling or I'm not hitting the ball as how I want, I would try to replay that innings in my head and remember. It's also special for me because I was in and out the team.
He's become only the third West Indian to make a century for the West Indies in T20 International.
There are a lot of young children, Rovman, around the region in Jamaica as well, who will aspire to be the next Rovman Powell. What do you hope they take with them observing your journey?
I always felt that my success isn't just my success, but for people of the younger generation, people before me who wanted the same opportunities that I get, and they didn't, son. What I want the younger generation to take is that discipline and hard work conquers all. Put yourself in an environment where you can maximize your talent, and with the talent that you have, the discipline to train is very, very important. And I believe that discipline is doing the right things unsupervised. Ensure that you train, ensure that you eat properly, and all those things, becomes very, very important.
Rovman, if I was to tell 12-year-old Rovman Powell, who went to David's primary school, who was the man of the house then, who took care of his mom and sister and animals, that he would play 100 T20 internationals, what would he say to you?
I wouldn't believe it, to be honest. A lot of things you have to achieve it, a lot of things you have to see before you actually believe it. I always felt as if I was going to play for West Indies, no doubt about that. But to play 100 T20 game, I never knew I would reach this far.
He believed it, he achieved it. Rovman Powell, the third man to play 100 T20 internationals for the West Indies. Congrats to you, and many more to come.
Thanks, man.